Next and new at 6, we're taking to the skies with a piece of history.
News 3's Andy Choi introduces us to the aluminum overcast B-17 in a perspective that must remain preserved. Right?
Absolutely, Sarah and Eric. The Experimental Aircraft Association says more than 12,000 of these B-17 bombers were built to take off on missions over Nazi-held territory. And while this war has become a page in history over time, the first-hand accounts of these bombers remain treasures even in modern-day skies. These are the steps forward that give Merwin Sorensen a glimpse back.
Well, they were considered the top bomber at that time.
The Madison veteran remembers the B-17 as the bomber that shaped modern conflict in the skies.
That's what turned the war around.
And the bombing just eventually just wore the German war machine down to where they couldn't sustain itself.
You want to sit in the radio compartment? Yeah. All right. Cool.
A seat on the plane 70 years ago meant spending hours in enemy territory. The view from this flight over Madison shows what scores of young men fought to preserve.
Early losses were terrible because they didn't have the fighter cover they needed.
We thought it was a war to end wars, and that didn't happen.
But Merwin's own time in the B-17 was never meant to be.
I thought I could make it, but I found out my eyes wouldn't allow me.
The veteran would end up training scores of aerial radio operators.
I thought it was very important because these operators had to pass all their tests and everything before they'd be cleared to go overseas.
It may have been his eyes that denied a dream in the skies, but Merwin Sorensen never lost his vision of duty.
How was it?
Just amazing generation. Every time you talk to them, and they're so humble. They think, oh shucks, we did what we had to do.
You can see the aluminum overcast and other tributes to the greatest generation in the air at this year's EAA Air Venture in Oshkosh from July 23rd to the 29th. You know, just being in that plane, being a part of history, it is so inspiring. It's emotional.
Not like flying coach either, is it, Andy?
No, not at all. I did get a little sick, but again, a big part of history.
Amazing what they had to go through.
Smile on his face tells it all, too.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Andy.
You're welcome.